Recap Recast Recycle, podcast about franchises and how they get better and worse over time.
Hello, welcome to Recap, Recast, Recycle, a podcast about franchises such as, Mission Impossible.
That's what we're watching. That's the one. That's the
Well,
franchise we're watching right now.
That's the franchise we're watching right now. Today some of us watched the fourth one today. I think Kale watched it last night.
I just now finished it.
He just now finished it. I finished it 3 hours ago or something like that.
So technically it carried over till midnight, so I did watch it on both days.
Hey!
Wow. A double impossible mission.
Does everyone like a background this week?
I do. Yeah. It's a good shot.
Yeah.
He needs to drop him.
What? No.
I don't think so, because then the world would have ended.
Joe, introduce.
Now, Kale. Hold on. Kale, you asked me. I'll introduce first. I'm Joe. That's Colin. That's Kale. That's it.
Hi.
Also, there's a ghost. We're haunted by a ghost.
Yeah. Maybe that ghost will show up soon. Maybe like hypothetically, the time it takes to look up a video on YouTube.
Colin, come on. But Kale, you asked me why I'm wearing the headset and the headphones.
Yeah.
I don't remember
because
that.
my ears get hot. And I'm trying this system.
Fair enough.
There's the ghost.
Wow, there it is. It's the ghost.
Ooh.
Yay! Our podcast is haunted.
By a ghost.
By a ghost.
It doesn't have a name. It's just ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this episode is It's the Ghost Protocol.
Yeah.
And we have a ghost.
Ghost to call.
Think about that till now.
Oh my gosh.
Fun. Wow.
That's incredible. Okay.
What did the ghost think about the movie? Is this a good ghost movie?
Ghost.
I mean, there's no
what do you
ghost
think of the
in
movie? I don't know what that means.
I mean, it said boo, so
Okay.
I assume we didn't like it.
It did say boo.
It doesn't say boo. It says ooh.
I don't know. I think I heard a boo.
I heard a boo.
That's how I'm interpreting it.
Canonically, the ghost of the podcast hates Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol for some reason.
Probably because it doesn't do well representing ghosts.
Well, because there's no ghosts in it.
Because there's no ghosts.
They promised ghosts in the title, but there are 0 ghosts in this movie.
Well, they offer a protocol about ghosts. They don't actually offer any ghosts.
It's like the Santa Claus.
Yeah. Your Santa Clauses and your ghost protocols.
Hey, before we get into this movie, let's talk about how there's spoilers that we're going to be talking about.
Okay, we're going to spoil the
spoilers.
Ghost Protocol.
Yeah, nobody, if you haven't seen this movie, go watch it and then come back to this episode.
Yeah.
It came out 9 years ago.
Yeah, come on.
That's so long ago.
Get off your butt and watch this movie for once. Also, happy 100th anniversary to Paramount.
Apparently.
Well,
as
9
of
years ago.
9 years ago.
Yeah.
So happy 109th anniversary today, I guess.
I was going to try and look up what other movies use this logo, because I thought they did a big celebration for all their movies that came out in 2011.
Yeah.
Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol is the only one.
Oh.
Yeah. All the others just use regular logos.
I
So
just
guess
sounded
this
like
was-
John Lithgow. Oh.
I thought
Okay.
this-
So our tagline
Mhm.
is actually a good tagline this time.
Oh, is it?
As
Well, I mean,
opposed
like,
to
Now they had to get a tagline.
yeah. As opposed to what was it?
The mission begins something something something.
Yeah.
It's like
Oh yeah, that was last week. The mission
The
begins in its
release.
date.
yeah.
Oh yeah, the first two were expect the impossible and then expect the impossible again.
Yeah.
Again.
This one is no plan, no backup, no choice.
I think they had all
Nice.
3 of those, though.
Well,
They
didn't
did
have
have
a
a
plan.
plan.
They got a plan. They didn't have a plan to start with.
I mean, backup is iffy. I guess they technically didn't have backup. But, I mean, they had a choice. They had a plan.
They had backup in that arms dealer.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, they had all 3.
Come on, Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol tagline. Get better.
All right. The tagline should have been, "We ain't afraid of no Ghost Protocol."
And it's just it's Benji Simon Pegg doing the ghost peace sign.
But a 4.
Hey, because it's the 4th movie. Hey, so the synopsis for this movie comes from Rotten Tomatoes, as always. I could, even though I get the tagline from Letterboxd, I could just also get the synopsis from Letterboxd, but that's not as much fun. So I'm always going to read it from Rotten Tomatoes. Here we go. Blamed for a terrorist attack on the Kremlin, Ethan Hunt, played by Tom Cruise, and the entire IMF agency are disavowed by the U.S. government, while the president initiates the Ghost Protocol. Forced to go off the grid, left without resources or backup, Hunt must somehow clear the agency's name and prevent another attack. Complicating matters even more, Ethan must undertake the impossible mission with a group of fellow IMF fugitives whose actual motives are suspect. What?
Well, only one of them is suspect.
And it's not even that suspect.
Yeah. Benji's there because he's there. He just got out of field training.
Yeah.
And the woman agent's there because...
Carter.
Yeah, because her partner got killed.
She was in the field. Yeah.
Jeremy Renner's the only one with a secret, but it's nothing dark or suspicious.
It's not like a secret that he's going to betray everyone or something like that. He just thought he killed Ethan Hunt's wife.
The story and characters and most of the dialogue in this movie aren't anything to be happy about, but the rest of the stuff is amazing. Yeah. Like, I don't care about the story. I don't care about the characters. I just want Tom Cruise to jump off buildings. And
I did really like the inclusion of Jeremy Renner. We can talk about the characters now. As William Brandt, especially his first few scenes where like he's just like, how did you know that the flare was gonna work? Why did that work? What is happening?
He's actually really good in this, which you know, for Jeremy Renner is actually good. Not to say anything against him normally.
Whoa. What's happening here?
In a lot of his movies, he's just there.
Yeah, he's just there. He's sort of a douche.
Which movies?
Like, he gives off that vibe.
All his movies.
The Avengers movies.
Well, those movies, his character kind of sucks.
Did you see his haircut in that last one?
Yeah. His haircut was doing a lot of character work, actually.
But he had a lot of good lines and chemistry with the other characters in this.
Yeah. Like when he's stretching before he jumps, presumably to his death.
I love that. And it's funny because that's basically what Cruise did in the first one with the vault thing. But he was like, maybe not.
And then he was never seen in this franchise again.
No, he's in the next movie.
He's in 5. Did you know they put him in this movie because they wanted him to take over the Tom Cruise mantle?
Yeah.
That's why.
In case Tom Cruise wanted to leave, they put in Jeremy Renner. Which is what they also did for Jason Bourne. Yeah. So Jeremy Renner just can't catch a break. He's like, oh yes, I'm going to take over this franchise now.
I'm going to take over Bourne, Mission Impossible. I'm just
the Avengers.
He was never going to take maybe the Thor movie. Oh boy.
Maybe he can get Jack Reacher.
Hey.
Put him in that Jack Reacher.
The Mummy.
Any Tom Clancy movie.
Tom Cruise is Ethan Hunt. How do we feel about him in this movie?
Just
the long hair is back.
Good. So good in this movie. He's so funny.
I will say his first 2 scenes give him a really douchey outlook. He's like
the prison scene.
Yeah, he's throwing a rock like a bouncy ball for some reason.
That's a Great Escape reference.
But that rock, it's not how rocks work. How is he doing that? Rocks aren't bouncy.
Pure force of will.
And then he walks out of his cell and he just like casually jumps down a floor, like parkours like it's nothing. Shut up, Tom Cruise.
Also, so much for that line in the second movie about him not wanting to hurt guards or whatever.
The ghost agrees with me.
I didn't even hear the ghost, and you just they agrees with me. It agrees with me. Yeah. This movie is super funny. Yeah. Are we on to that? Are we doing characters?
We've said like 2 characters.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, Ethan Hunt.
Oh, keep going, Kale.
Ethan Hunt and Tom Cruise himself look like they're having a lot of fun, even though his wife's supposed to be dead in the movie. Like he's
Well,
a lot more comedic. I know, but he's a
he
lot
already
more comedic in this movie than he
Mhm.
was in the other ones.
He knew his wife wasn't dead.
He knew it.
Simon Pegg is Benji Dunn. Love him.
Oh, he's having so much fun. He just wants to be in the field,
Yeah.
wear a mask, do the spy stuff.
Which he does
He's
get to do
just a
later.
fan.
Like
He
a movie
does,
later.
yeah.
Paula
But-
Patton as Jane Carter.
Um,
Another
really
female
don't
character
know.
they won't bring back.
Yeah, that's
like it's kind of just like we're gonna throw her in here for one movie.
I liked her though.
I mean, she didn't really get
she
any
was
kind
very-
of conclusion.
Do what?
Like,
Yeah,
she accidentally killed the woman who killed her partner, and then her only wrap up to that is she's asking Tom Cruise, "How did that feel when you didn't kill those guys that didn't kill your wife?"
Was that an accident though? That she kicked a woman out of a window?
Well,
I
they
think
treated it like an
half-
accident. It was Jeremy Renner's fault though. He's like, "Kick her now."
I
no,
don't.
he said
No, he
he
said
said,
don't do it.
don't like whatever her name was, Carter. Don't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's like, no, don't kick her out of that giant window.
I mean, the movie went on after that. They didn't need her.
Yeah,
But
what
they
they
said
need
she
her
was an
for?
asset.
I don't
She was an
remember.
asset.
They,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
That's
just
fair.
another way that we don't get killed.
I mean, then she kind of goes off after that. I mean, she's still part of the team technically, but
Hmm
it seems like she kind of just did her thing and then that was it. Even though,
She was very good at the dinner scene in India,
Yeah.
I believe it was.
Yeah.
when she's beating up that Indian guy repeatedly.
Kinky.
Yeah.
So how did we feel about that lady that got kicked out of a window? She's played by Leah Seydoux, and her name is Sabine Morrow.
Good.
Who was there?
Very good.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
she doesn't have any lines, but she's just so imposing. I definitely think she could kill everybody, and probably would kill everybody. She was a Bond girl later, which
Huh?
Ooh,
weird because she doesn't really give off that vibe in this movie.
that's called acting, Joe. Actors play different characters in different movies.
You know, she seems like a very
That was
lazy
so funny.
assassin when she gets her payment is in diamonds for some reason, and she just
That's
scoops them into her
shit.
purse.
See, Joe,
I
that's
know.
a very Bond thing to do. Give people diamonds.
But I mean, is it really worth
I
all
didn't-
that effort just to get like a handful of diamonds?
Yes. Well,
Yo,
diamonds,
diamonds
are
are great.
expensive. And then she just
Diamonds
pours them
are
into her.
forever.
She just pours them loose into her purse.
I like that because she treated it like it was like Skittles or something.
Maybe
she
she
just like
eats them.
brushed them off.
Maybe she
yeah.
eats the diamonds.
Oh, okay.
I don't think so.
She got some strong teeth. Michael Nyqvist as Kurt Hendricks.
Yeah.
Joe, did you recognize him from anywhere?
Oh, I don't know. Did I? John
You should, Joe.
Wick?
Okay.
John Wick?
Jonathan
Love him.
Wickethy?
Jonathan Wick.
Yeah, I remember his name from when we did that John Wick episode of our last podcast.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I
Michael
remember his-
Nyqvist!
Even though he doesn't do a lot in this movie, like at all.
Yeah,
he's
that's fair.
Villain.
Definitely a weak villain. But he
Which
like
But-
he did good in his role, I guess.
Yeah, but he wasn't in this long enough. It seems like each movie the villain role gets like less and less.
Because it's not
Well-
about that. It's about Tom Cruise trying to kill himself and the
Yeah.
characters.
The next two, they have the same villain, and that kind of helps make it a little more important and or beef it up.
Impossible.
I would just like a villain that's like in the same league as the main characters in terms of their development and interesting qualities. Give it something.
Yeah. Vladimir Mashkov as Anatoly Sidorov.
The mess. What?
He's
you
the
okay?
cop that's
What did you say?
following Ethan the whole time.
He's so funny. I didn't know his name. He's just following.
I like that scene on the ledge where he's like, "That's not a good idea."
He just starts
I like-
smoking.
I like when every time he sees Cruz, he's just like team leader. I can't do the accent well, but I'm gonna play a clip. Play a clip of him saying team leader, please. If you can find that on YouTube. He makes me so happy. He's just chasing Cruz around the world
Yeah.
with his cigarette and like leather jacket.
He's like a warped Jacques Clouseau.
I mean, he's
Um,
dedicated to say the least, though. I mean, he went all the way to
very
Dubai,
much.
where he doesn't even
Yes.
have jurisdiction anymore.
That's true.
And he got his nose broken.
Yeah, like
Ooh.
several times, just
Mhm.
repeatedly.
And finally, we got Mirage Drubik as Dan or Bogdan.
Oh, Bogdan is great. What a friend.
That
what a
guy is so
pal.
good.
What
I
about
like when he
Sergey?
gets punched and starts to crawl backwards in the prison break scene.
Uh-huh.
Right.
He's
Is
like,
that all
"Alright,
the
let's go."
characters?
Yeah, that's all. That's all
Oh,
of
you
his
forgot
character.
to mention Luther Stickle.
Oh, he's not a main character.
No,
What
I
about
know. I'm just
Sergey?
This
saying,
segment is
he's
called
in it.
main characters.
He's in it, and
At
he
the
was
very
looking
end.
fit, looking nice,
For
flipped
one
Ethan off,
scene.
had a beer.
Yeah.
I guess he was just on vacation while the IMF was disbanded.
You know
Luther
what's
Stickle.
weird?
Go ahead, Joe.
No, hold on. I heard Stickle. Keep going with it.
I was gonna say Luther Stickle is the C-3PO and R2-D2 of this franchise. They're gonna shove them in no matter what.
Yes, they can't avoid it. What you know what's weird? Who's is it the IMF director who's in the car?
No, that's the Secretary of like Defense.
Oh,
Okay, him.
dang.
The Secretary of Defense was played by Tom Wilkinson, and he doesn't get credited. That's weird. Tom Wilkinson is a really good actor, like really good. And
Well, I
it's
mean, he
weird that
just showed up and
has
got shot.
no credits. I know, but still, like, you see his face, you're like, this guy's great. At least I do.
Maybe he was just friends with Brad Bird or something.
Maybe.
Speaking of which, that's our director, Brad Bird,
That is
Yeah.
that is our director, the visual artist
the
himself.
people's director.
His first non-animated
yeah.
movie,
Yeah. Other than that,
Ratatouille,
he's done all of those.
Tomorrowland.
Giant,
The
Incredibles 2,
Incredibles.
1.
Incredibles 2.
Do we miss
Others, presumably.
Tomorrowland.
Joe said
any? I
tomorrow.
like Tomorrowland a lot. I really like Tomorrowland.
I haven't seen
Didn't
it.
care
in a while.
for.
Okay. What are we on to?
Our writers
on-
are Josh Applebaum and Andre Nemec.
His name's Applebaum.
Yes.
I hope that he's related to Cherry Bomb. I hope that it's like all
The song?
No. Can you be related to a song?
That's what I was
that-
asking.
Did you see what movies they wrote previously?
No, I didn't look at it. Like I said, I
Both.
just finished this movie.
Both of the live-action Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies.
Oh,
And
that
Wonder
makes sense.
Park.
And what?
Okay,
Oh, Wonder Park.
The
Nice.
movie without a director.
Oh. What?
Wonder
Every
Park,
movie has a director.
as of last time I checked, it does not have an official director listed.
Dang. That means one of the producers stepped in.
It might have one
Okay, I'm
now,
taking
but
this.
last time I checked, it didn't actually have a
That's
director.
Joe, what do you think the budget of this movie was?
2 million.
2 million?
200 million. I don't know.
Joe, The Invisible Man, from 2020 of this year, what that cost $4 million.
That just rolled off the tongue right there. Okay, 200 million. I don't know.
No, you idiot! It was 145 million. You loser.
How much was the previous one?
I don't know. I mean, I have that written down somewhere. Let me see. Mission Impossible 3. It's loading. Hold on.
Because I'm wondering if it's more or less than the previous one. Because the last one barely made back its budget.
Interesting. No, the last one made Beckett's money a lot. So,
Oh.
this one is 5 million less than the third one.
Which is weird because it looks 5 million better than the last one.
Yeah,
It
in
looks.
some
it
places,
looks,
no.
okay, I'll talk about the CGI, but like the
Yeah.
Dubai looks amazing. All these locations are beautiful. I want to visit them, and
Wait,
I
to
do
be
not
honest
want
with
to
you,
visit anywhere.
The
Yes.
CGI I really liked because it felt cartoony, and that's Brad Bird's specialty.
Yeah.
Like it
Fair
felt,
Except,
like
Yeah,
something
yeah.
from a Pixar movie.
yeah, I don't like whenever the Kremlin's exploding and he's running away. That just looked kind of bad to
Yeah,
me.
that looked
Yeah.
awful. Actually, that one I
But
did
like
not like.
the rest of it, I was like, this looks really good.
It looked like he
it's
was running
not
on the
really
moon.
noticeable a lot. Yes. and the moon was like exploding.
Yeah. Now,
But
what do
not
you
in a
think
good
the
way.
gross was, Kale?
600 million.
Oh, you got sort of close. 694.7 million,
Wow. Wow.
That's a lot.
That's amazing.
which is double the number 3.
Take that, J.J. Abrams.
J.J. Abrams.
He was following the second one, which is awful. That's not his fault.
You could have Steven Spielberg found that second one. It's not gonna make back its money.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I guess he still produced this one, or his company
Yeah.
did.
He's still a producer on these
Bad
movies.
robot.
Oh yeah, like in the opening, since Tom Cruise doesn't have a production company, it just says
Mhm.
a Tom Cruise production.
Yeah.
Well, that's that tells you really everything you need to know about this movie. It's a Tom Cruise production.
Hey, you know
He
what?
produces-
You know who else I liked that wasn't a main character?
Why is his hold on? Why is his production company not called Cruise Control?
That's a good question, Joe. Why isn't it called Speed 2 Cruise Control?
I'm so disappointed.
Starring Willem Dafoe. All right. You know
Alright.
who else I liked that wasn't a main character was that guy that got shot a whole bunch at the beginning.
Yeah.
Josh Hanaway or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
discount
from
Michael
Lost.
Fassbender.
Yeah, Sawyer from Lost.
I've never seen Lost, but I know that he's Sawyer from Lost.
I have seen
because-
every episode of Lost.
No, you haven't.
I
Do you really?
100 I actually have.
Is it that good? Do you like it
No.
that much?
No.
That guy reminded me
Why
of a
don't you watch
discount
every
Michael
episode?
Fassbender.
He
Because,
does. He looks
Joe,
like Fassbender. He's got a bigger head than Fassbender. Michael Fassbender has a slim head, and this guy had like a very big head. It was prominent.
Now imagine
His
this guy
chin was super big too.
with like long blonde surfer hair, and shirtless, and that's what he looks like in Lost.
Oh.
Does he still sound the
Oh.
same, or was he doing some kind of voice?
Okay. Let me-
He does more of a like southern accent in Lost. But-
Oh.
Is he any better at that? Because he sounded weird in this.
I think that's just his voice, honestly.
Holy
Like when he was saying
smokes,
Popcat.
This guy.
Yeah, I don't know if he's American or not though.
This guy looks like a Hemsworth.
Also,
You looking it
Dave,
up, Joe?
he might have deserved to die because his phone, which was hooked to his contact lens thing that detects when there's a person of interest who's probably dangerous, his phone goes off telling him that the person in front of him is dangerous, and his first instinct is to pull it up and look at it and not defend himself against the person in
Well,
front
it
of him.
could be like this is someone you don't want to kill or something like that. I don't know. I don't know how the tech worked.
Also, not
I don't
gonna
really
lie,
think
for
he
some
deserved to
reason, I
die,
thought that
but-
opening was like a fake movie because I didn't see him throw down that little air
Really?
cushion. So I was like,
Oh
is this a stunt?
yeah, like that scene from Looney Tunes Back in Action.
Yeah. I was like, is this going to be a movie inside a movie? And then I was disappointed because it wasn't.
And he's gonna
It's
look
a
up.
good
and
opening.
He's like, ugh.
Tech 2. I was
General
expecting-
notes.
Okay. I have two.
I have
Scratch
4.
that. I have one. Wait, maybe two.
Wait,
I
I
have
have
a
3.
couple.
already
I have
mentioned
two.
one.
I have two.
I was
Colin,
like,
how
5.
many you got?
I have 3.
Okay. Kale, Colin, me. That's how it goes.
Okay, Kale, go.
Well, my first one is probably one of yours, Joe. But
Probably.
my first one is Joe was right on your letterbox review. Your first one, the message not exploding bit is very good.
It's so funny. That's such a good bit.
When he's at the telephone,
Whenever
and, it's like,
the phone
Oh yeah.
and it doesn't explode, so he has
and
to
he
go hit it.
hits it a bunch. Do you remember this? This is so funny.
Joe, I have to make all these notes while I'm watching a movie. I'm gonna miss some stuff.
So do I.
I kind of
also
whenever I
was-
a
take a note,
running
I
joke
pause
throughout
the
the series. Like each movie, it doesn't work, so he has to hit it harder and harder.
Until he
Eventually
just breaks it
explode.
himself.
He
Yeah.
has to go down to the IMF and see whoever makes the explosives, and just
Yeah, like their cue.
Yeah. Okay.
That
Kale.
speaking of which, that lady that Ethan calls, she has 2 jobs.
Who?
Oh no, it's not that scene. It's when he's going for.
Oh.
He's like, hey, I need an evac, and he's like,
Yeah,
Alpha
and-
9
and he-
something.
And he swooshes the phone down the drain.
Yeah, that was
That
rude.
that swoosh.
But that lady that he calls, she just
Mhm.
straight up has 2 jobs because she's like, "Hello, I'm at this insurance agency. How can I get you some
Yeah.
insurance?" And then he's like, "Alpha breaker,
Are
something,
you-
something." And she's like, "Okay,
are you
Mr. IMF agent."
Are you sure she's not the insurance thing isn't a fake? Like a
Well,
I mean,
how else
anyone
does the
can call
IMF
that
get its
number.
funding?
Well, I know, but like only a certain number of people can be in the IMF code or know the IMF codes.
Yeah,
I
I know.
think
That's
the
why she has
insurance
2
thing's
jobs.
fake.
Her main job is answering phone calls of people trying to get insurance, and
Mhm.
then every once in a while somebody will call her on that line and be like, "Help, I'm about to die. Send me some helicopters."
Help! I don't have a shirt on. I'm wearing a leather jacket and no shoes. Send help.
Yep. Joe, your turn.
Let's
Joe, your turn.
see.
Joe, go.
Okay. Okay, they really upped the reality of the gadgets in this. The gadgets in this they're so good. I think every single one could have worked except for like 2. But like if we really dedicated our science, all of our experts to making the magnet gloves, I think we could get there eventually.
Okay.
The fake hallway.
The fake hallway, that's such a fun thing.
Yeah, see, Jon Favreau must have watched this movie before he made The Mandalorian.
Oh, because of the
Because of the way they make the way they film The Mandalorian is just a big screen that moves depending on the camera's perspective.
To be fair, we've kind of done that for a long time.
I
Like in the
haven't.
60s, not you personally.
I don't know what you're
Hollywood.
talking about, Joe.
Yeah, true.
But they haven't done it to this extent, like
Mhm.
real-time rendering and all that.
Yeah, it's such a fun thing. I wanted to go to that set actually.
Too bad.
Yeah, I know.
We're not allowed.
Yeah.
Probably.
It was in Russia. You can't go there.
Anyone who sees Baby Yoda in person is killed.
Why?
Because, Joe,
I
Disney.
I like the idea that even if it's like a toy, they're also killed. So like at the Disney store, like a kid walks up
No,
and
no, it's just the
row.
main Baby Yoda puppet.
Oh, just the main one. Okay.
Have you heard
So they
anything
have to
from
bring
Bryce
it-
Dallas Howard after she made these shows?
So Pedro Pascal, they've just been cloning Pedro Pascal, and every time he does a scene, they just
Oh no,
shoot
he's
him
wearing a
and
helmet,
bring
so
in a
he's
new-
Yeah, they
protected.
just bring in a different stunt double after every
okay.
scene.
Every take,
Every
if
scene
it's a
involving
failed take,
Baby Yoda.
it's just Jon Favreau actually doesn't see Baby Yoda.
He's blind.
Yeah. Blinded
He
himself.
blinded himself to work on the show. So did Dave Filoni.
Yep.
That's
He was on
the ad for Joe. That's the ad for this episode.
Go watch
Just
The
nothing about
Mandalorian.
Mission Impossible. Just like a minute at least of the
Our
Mandalorian.
deep dive on Baby Yoda.
And that was our paid Disney Plus ad. You're welcome. Disney
Mhm.
Plus. Go watch The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
And WandaVision
Episode 2
eventually.
came out.
Yeah.
Episode 2 came out today. It was pretty good.
Bugs.
Today.
Bugs.
It was yesterday.
Today for like me. Today. I watched it the next day. I don't watch
Okay.
it late at night.
He has a
It's a
special Disney
morning
Plus
show
where he
for me.
gets everything later
Joe,
instead
it
of
was-
earlier.
It was at like 2 in the morning yesterday, so it would have been out yesterday, in the day.
It was out yesterday?
Yes,
Why
it
did I
comes out
not
on
get
Fridays.
Yeah, Joe. Come on.
Okay.
I didn't get an alert till like late at night. I was like, what's happening? Yeah. Well, there we go. I
We
guess
should
I am
talk
on
about
a
this
special
movie that
Disney
we
Plus.
watched more.
Yeah.
Yeah, we probably should. Okay. I don't have a lot of notes though. I just really like this movie. I think it's
I don't
funny.
really either. Kale, go. What's your next note?
Ethan drawing Hendrix on his hand. Be like, look at this is the guy. Like, Ethan, you barely drew him. That could be anybody.
The Jeremy Renner's like, yeah, that's this guy.
Yeah.
But he says that's a crude drawing, but from your description, I'm like, wow,
It's this person
sick burn.
exactly.
I mean, it's a blue pen, and you barely drew any of his features. Jeremy Renner just luckily guessed that the main suspect was the guy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And then the climbing scene makes me anxious, but it's still very good.
Yeah, that's fair.
Where it's like, my glove's not working. Gotta use the one glove.
Oh,
Imagine
I hate
if
it.
when Ethan like swung around and hit his face into that window, he just fell.
Just
I
ends right
know.
there. Roll credits.
Is my mic on?
Yes, it
Yeah,
is.
okay, good.
I
I
saw you
accidentally hit
drop
the
it. I was
button.
like, okay, are we gonna have a technical problem? This is gonna suck. Um. Okay, Colin, you're up.
That was my last note.
Okay.
Is that hypothetical scenario? Just
This
him
movie.
dying.
Yeah, of him just dying and the mission ending. This was
Yeah.
the impossible one.
And then Jeremy
This
Renner
movie.
looks at the camera. He's like, "I guess the mission was impossible."
Well, boom,
Boom,
and then the
boom,
theme
boom,
plays.
bang.
But it's
Yeah.
like a Seinfeld theme.
Boom, boom, boom. It's a mournful theme. It just cuts to them at Ethan Hunt's funeral. This movie is very funny. Not all the jokes are funny, but the visual gags are amazing. Brad Bird's really good at this stuff. And like when they're trying to get on the train, and it's Hunt and Renner like trying to do the eye scan and the passcodes, and like the bars keep coming. I love that
Yeah.
stuff. It's really fun.
It also
That
does
was all my general
tense.
notes.
It does tension very well.
It does, yeah.
I don't
I
have
don't
any
ever
other
think-
things to say
That's
about
all my notes too.
Isn't it weird how you don't think like anybody's gonna die, but you're still like, I think Tom Cruise will die, like on the building.
I mean,
Well,
he'll
that's-
die
You
in real life.
know,
Yeah.
Doing
I'm afraid he's gonna snap his neck in half.
these. And
nah,
you know they're
he
gonna
had like
film that
50
too. They're gonna put that in the
lines.
movie, just to make it the
Probably.
yeah.
Yeah,
Tom
Yeah,
Cruise
he
probably wrote
does.
that down. If I die in these Mission Impossible movies, you need to film it and put it in the movie.
Yeah, that's probably in his will. He's like, if I die in a movie, put it in the movie.
Yeah.
Even if it's not relevant to the plot. Like even
Yeah.
if Ethan Hunt gets replaced, you have to like that's the after
Yeah.
credits scene. It's just Tom Cruise dying.
I have two good notes. The first one
Okay.
is that the plot conceit that they don't have functioning gadgets is great. The whole movie, they're just like scrounging around for what they can get.
They have no backup. They have no choice.
No
They're
plan.
blah 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 blah.
They
Yeah,
again
yeah.
they have all three. It's in a train car.
That's true. All three of those things are in the train car.
Speaking of the train car, how about that screen that like swoops down and then he can use it as like an iPad table? I like that thing.
No, it's nice. He puts his little thumb drive on it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay, you are Ethan Hunt.
Which I mean, anyone could get that. How do you know it really is Ethan Hunt?
Because he put his. Don't worry about it.
I mean, they had a briefcase full of those things. What if I put them all on there at the same time?
Then the train car explodes.
Oh, good.
Yeah, because it's like, oh, there's too many Asians in here.
Also, what if someone
Um,
accidentally got into that thing? One of the people actually running the train.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what if the train
They
breaks down
can't.
or that car flips over and busts open? They're like, what's all this? What's all these guns and
What are all the
spy
guns
stuff doing here?
and Max?
Is this a
everyone
match-making
gets killed.
briefcase?
Kelly, you're not supposed to think about it like that. You're just supposed to have a good time, look at all the fun gadgets and the fun jumps.
That's all I
Do
can
we
think
ever
about.
see the masks work? I don't think the masks work in this one.
For some
It
reason, it just
breaks.
broke and it stopped spraying. Like, the mask was done.
Yep.
It just didn't spray.
You see the villains' masks work.
Yeah, where did they get the masks?
Everyone has masks. All the villains have had
Everyone has
masks.
Ass. Yeah. What's my who was the guy in the second one who just pulled off a mask immediately? Like that was the opening thing.
Well, he was IMF.
He was like, I'm Tom Cruise, but I'm not.
Yeah, he was IMF. But even in the last one, they had masks.
Oh,
'cause
and
remember-
Davian
Yeah,
shot his
Philip Seymour
assistant.
Hoffman. Yeah,
Well,
put a
But Billy Crudup gave him that because he's IMF.
I mean, maybe this guy bought it from a black market IMF rogue agent, something. Ghost Protocol.
All their agents are rogue agents. In this one, at least.
That's true.
Every single one, they go rogue. Did you know the voice of the phone, is the mission voice in Incredibles, also directed by Brad Bird.
Oh, nice.
Bradley
It's
Bird.
fun. Bradley Bird.
Birdly.
Birdly.
Bradley Birdley. No capes.
No.
This movie is also great at subtly setting something up and then it paying off, like the goggles.
Yeah.
Goggles, the sand coming in.
The sand,
That's too
yeah.
far off. It's not gonna matter.
Like when that
Oh,
scene
it
was
actually
happening and the sand was
does.
going in his face, it's like he should use the goggles, and then he
And
did.
then he
Yeah.
did.
Then
Nobody's
he
stupid
did.
in this movie.
Yeah,
Well,
they know what they're doing. Well,
Joe,
the,
name
the
one
bad
stupid
guys.
character.
that
And
Renner.
you say
Renner's
Bogdan,
a
I will
bit-
leave this podcast.
I think that Renner is a bit slow compared to the rest of them.
But also, he's an analyst.
Yeah, Joe, that's his job. Is
He
to
hasn't been in the field for years.
Look, Jack Ryan, calm down.
shadow recruit.
Shadow.
Is that one of the movies? I don't know.
It is.
It is.
There's
It
also
It's got
Never Go
time.
Back.
Never go back. Never say never.
Never.
Never go back.
Yeah, that's the most previous one. Jack Reacher, Never Go Back.
And then they're never going to go back to this franchise because it probably
Ha!
terrible.
Got him. Kale, do you have any good
Well,
notes?
Yeah, go. I
this
just had
movie
a
is just
like
really fun.
mental breakdown.
Like I have no trouble in saying that from the ones I've seen, this is the most fun Mission Impossible movie. There's still
Yeah.
stakes, there's still danger, but it's the most fun.
They
You got all
get-
these cool gadgets.
It
he
is.
climbs the
It's
build-
the most fun.
The climbing the building is like the next step up from the propelling down, like, in
Mhm.
terms of escalation.
Right.
Like if you had to top the propelling, like you couldn't just propel again. So they're like, well, he's gonna climb this time, the opposite.
Mhm. Yeah. What is it? What goes down must come up or something? No, what goes up must come down.
Blue,
we just
blue
reversed
and
it for
red
this
is
one.
dead.
Red is dead. Colin, you said the most recent Jack Ryan was Never Go Back, and you broke my brain, and so I had to Google it. That was Jack Reacher with Tom Cruise.
Oh,
You broke my, for
Wait, so
2 minutes, my
what's
brain
Jack
was just
Ryan?
broken.
What the heck
Jack
is
Ryan?
Oh, Jack Ryan is a different book
is that the
series.
John
Yeah.
Krasinski one?
That's the
yeah.
Tom Clancy with John Krasinski,
Jim
Oh,
Krasinski.
right.
and
He's got an
Harrison
name
Ford.
Harrison-
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Jack Reacher's the Tom Cruise one, but Colin just broke my brain for about 2 minutes, and I was like, "What is life?"
Isn't Jack Reacher also based off books though?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Jack
hope it's supposed to be
Reacher,
six.
Jack Ryan.
they're all the
They
same.
really didn't try that hard, but whatever. I like when Hunt's in the hospital and the news goes on and the captioning is in a different language, and as Ethan regains conscience, the letters scramble to English.
Yeah.
Like,
and they
that's
use
how he's waking up.
his lip reading again in this movie. Which I like.
Yeah. He can lip read in any language.
It's good for him.
Anyone have any more good notes? Because I don't.
Nope.
Let's see, I got 1, 2. Okay. A while ago, I listened to a podcast when they
Wow,
talked about
brag
this.
much?
No, I don't actually.
Wow,
I'm very
Brad Bird much?
I'm very humble. And they pointed out how good Cruise is at taking off and putting on clothing, like the jacket or the mustache,
Yeah.
and the hat. Swoops
And the
it all
Bruce
on.
Springsteen shirt to make him look like a tourist.
Yeah, he's American, guys. He likes rock and roll. And then whenever he's outside on the hospital, he like flips the belts into his hand, and that looks good. And then also, I like the suits in this movie so much. I like Renner's striped suit in the limo, Cruise's shiny one in the building. That one looks nice. And then the party, the suits all look good. So I think it was a step up from like the t-shirts they were wearing in the third one.
Heck yes.
Maybe they shouldn't have used a reversible jacket that makes you an accomplice in a major bombing, though.
Probably.
Like, did
Yeah.
the general's coat need to be reversible?
Yes.
I think
Well,
that could have
for
just
them,
been
it
a
did.
regular coat.
No, it couldn't, because they had to go to the general, and then they had to get out as quickly as possible. If
Hey,
it weren't
Kale,
for
you're not thinking about this.
Michael Nyqvist or
I
whatever
am.
his name is, then they could have made it out fine, and reversible jacket would have not been a problem. How many bad notes does everybody have? I have a whopping 0.
I have one, but I already said it. It's Ethan being very douchey in the first 2 scenes he's in.
Look, Just because he is a parkour expert and likes to throw plaster around like it's baseball, doesn't mean that.
Baseballs don't even bounce like that.
Well, I mean, maybe if you throw it.
And he released a criminal. Like, that guy was in jail for a reason, Sergey. Like, I know
Yeah.
he gave you information, but he was still a criminal.
No,
I
that's
mean,
Bogdan.
Hold on.
Sergey
Bogdan
is
is the criminal.
Tom
Sergey
Cruise's
is what
name.
Bogdan thinks Tom Cruise is.
Oh,
Yeah. And he's like, "Are you not Sergey?" He's like, "I always take care of my friends." Shoots them with the dart and pushes them out of the truck. Poor Bogdan.
Anyone have ugly notes?
And he
well, I
got two.
still had a bad note.
Oh,
yeah.
you said you didn't.
I
Oh, he
went
said
up
he
and I
had
was like
one.
one.
I have 0.
Well, I'm not looking at anything.
My one bad note is that Luther wasn't in this as much.
Yes.
They didn't even give a reason for why he wasn't in the movie that much.
Is there a reason outside of
not
the movie,
there.
like maybe behind the scenes?
I mean, Ving Rhames wasn't doing much
know.
regardless.
Oh, okay.
Maybe he just didn't want to be that much in the movie.
Maybe he hates Brad Bird.
There wouldn't be a lot for him to do in the movie unless Peg was not in the movie.
I think
Yeah.
that's what it is. It's they can't have
They had
two
a hacker.
hackers.
Yeah, you can't have
But then
two.
we could have
But
had
the
a
next
really
one they
funny
do, so,
scene
you
where
know.
they fight each other about hacking. Who's better at
Yeah,
hacking?
they hack faster.
That's probably going to
yeah.
be in the next movie.
And then they
Probably.
do the fastest lock picking as well, and it's just like hitting the doorknob a bunch of times.
Yeah, they were lucky
Okay.
that there were no locks in this movie because they would have
Ugly
been
notes.
up the river without Luther.
I thought they used the lock picking machine. Is that the next one?
Maybe.
I haven't
I
seen
don't
the
remember.
next
I
one,
think
so-
so. I don't know. I really like rewatching these movies. I just realized that. It's so fun to watch these movies.
I like
didn't know
watching these
how
movies
fun
for
they
the
were.
first time.
Except the first.
really?
Except the first one.
first one and the sixth one, which I watched in a
Well,
theater with you. One of the greatest movies of all time in a theater. Okay, I got one ugly note because we already said the
I do
CGI,
too.
and that was my one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mine's the same.
Colin,
The
go first.
missile and the sandstorm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think the sandstorm looks good. I don't know how they did it though.
Well, when it's moving, like afterwards, it's fine. But like when you
Yeah.
first see it, it looks kind of bad.
Oh, okay. The first,
Like the
yeah,
actual
out of the
sandstorm.
building.
Yeah, not when they're in the sandstorm.
Yes.
When it's first shown.
Yeah, I agree with that. In the sandstorm, it looks really good. I don't know how they did that.
Also, I've never been to Dubai, but is it really that bad all the time?
What bad? What?
Like that big of a sandstorm? I feel like that's a get inside
I
kind of
don't
thing.
know. Yeah.
I mean, everyone
good-
was inside.
People are still on the road moving like it's normal. It just
And
stops
probably
my
is
car.
normal.
Man,
Yeah,
that big
Kale,
stuff?
you racist.
I wouldn't say
Said I
that.
hadn't been to Dubai.
Yeah.
My ugly note is the amount of times Moro shot Hanaway at the beginning. She shot him so
That
many
was
times.
Oh,
I
and
know.
then,
And then she hugs him and goes
And then
boom,
shoots
boom,
him
boom.
more.
and then her partner says she shot him enough, but to keep him alive for me.
To
No, she
watch him
didn't.
die.
She didn't know you were there,
Yeah.
and she shot him like
She wanted.
20 times. She just
I know. She
did
was
really
trying
bad
to
stuff.
make him explode.
Yeah.
She wanted him to burst like a blood balloon.
She had extra bullets.
Okay, my one ugly note. Tom Cruise. I don't understand what's happening to his body in this film. It looks so packed and condensed, and I just like what? How? I don't understand it.
I
Scientology.
don't know.
That's it. Like, you know. And I don't think it would have been as bad if they hadn't emphasized it by making a giant long sequence where he's just shirtless outside, hanging.
That's fair.
Well, it
Now,
was like
Joe, what
40
is our
something.
next segment?
It's addition or subtraction. Every movie in a franchise either adds to the franchise or subtracts. Think Fast and the Furious. Hobbs and Shaw, probably an addition, at least from my point of view. Fast 9, which hasn't even come out, subtraction because it hasn't come out. You know,
That's how that works.
that's probably the best
Way to
definition I
date
could have
this
given.
podcast, Joe.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll be out even after we release this.
No movie's ever coming out again.
Yeah.
Except the next Jack Reacher.
That's true.
Jack Reacher.
Yeah, Jack
Are we
Reacher, go
getting
back again.
another one?
Never go back. And then the next one is called Oh Wait, Yes You Can Go Back.
Never
Shadow
go
Reacher.
back, always go back.
Wait,
What
never
a
mind.
fun
Let's go back. We
title.
need money.
Yeah.
Here's Jeremy Renner.
Okay. Let's Colin, addition or subtraction?
This movie adds to the
Adds.
franchise.
Kale, what do you think?
I think it's a little bit of both. Because
Really? Okay.
they added a lot of new gadgets,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time,
Characters.
but at the same time, they kind of write themselves into a corner. Because why do they never use these gadgets again?
To
Well,
see
because they
new
always
gadgets.
want to have. Yeah, they want to have a new thing every time.
Yeah, but all of these would be useful in literally every other situation.
I mean, I know, but like they can't use the same thing again because then it's like, oh,
I know.
besides the mask.
Like in
the
a
mask-
movie sense, yeah, but I'm talking like in universe. I mean, it's the same thing with the
in
masks.
universe.
Ever since like
Yeah.
the second and third one, they wrote themselves into a corner with the masks. So
Mhm.
each one they have to find something to just write off the masks entirely.
Yeah.
And this one it was
Or
it failed, I guess.
yeah. I think this is the biggest addition to the franchise we're ever going to see. Like
That's true.
this makes it. Oh, Tom Cruise did that for real. He
Yeah.
climbed a building
This.
at the age of 50, and it looks
And he
amazing.
did a lot of running too.
Yeah.
He did a lot of run. There was
This
such a
movie
big
brought
sequence.
back Mission Impossible, like into the blockbuster zeitgeist.
Yes. And it was like, these movies are fun. You can take your family, probably. I don't know. It depends on how old your family is.
This one you
can
could take
a
your family
teenager to
to.
watch it. Yeah. I wouldn't say the next two.
It gets
The
dark
next one's
there.
more Bondy, because they introduced Ilsa Faust.
And see, I like this one.
Faust.
They say it
I
a
think
lot.
you liked a review on Letterboxd that said this one feels like he's getting away from Bond, Tom Cruise, and Ethan Hunt,
Yeah.
which makes it more
Mhm.
enjoyable.
He
to me.
doesn't talk. He doesn't talk in this movie. He's so good when he doesn't talk. Anytime he has to do actual like acting, like a silent film, anytime he pretends to be Charlie Chaplin, it's really fun.
No, Charlie Chaplin was Robert Downey Jr., Joe.
Yeah, Joe.
And the hit movie Chaplin, which came out
Have you seen it?
in the 1990s, probably.
Have you
I'm
seen
gonna say
it?
early 2000s.
Let's
I'm
see.
gonna say early 70s.
And no, I did not see it.
I don't think anyone saw that.
I haven't seen it either.
I just know
I
about
wanna
it.
watch it.
1992.
Wow, look who has egg on their face, Colin. It's you.
That movie is 143 minutes long.
Shoot. And you,
Oh,
Joe.
wow,
You said the
that's
70s.
Wait, 143?
Yep.
Wow. Okay. I thought
I mean,
you
I
said
guess it is
140. Or I don't even know. I thought you said.
All right, now it is time for my favorite segment called Trivia. Kale,
Yes.
are you ready for a trivia question?
Ready as I'll ever be.
What alphanumeric code is written on Agent Hanaway's ring?
Is it Roman numerals?
No, it is not. You
Ah,
know what ring I'm
hold on,
talking
I'll-
about, though, right?
Yeah, the one where he
Kale-
punctures the guy. He like hits his hand and going in the doorway.
If
He's like,
Kale
"Yeah,
doesn't have a
sorry."
guess, I wanna take a stab at it. If Kale
Well, I just
doesn't
had a
know.
guess.
Okay, what was your guess?
Well, I
Let me hear
said
it.
Roman numerals, but I didn't know if he wanted an actual.
I need,
No.
yeah, I need
needs
the
the
actual
code.
number. I need the code.
I don't know.
Joe, you can guess, but I also
Mission
have a question
Impossible.
for you.
A113.
That's true.
Because that's the animator thing. I
'Cause-
should have known.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big thing. It pops up in like every single one of these movies from now on, or at least the next one, I think. I don't know.
All
Okay,
right.
Colin,
Joe,
do you have a trivia question for me?
I do. Yes. Are you ready?
Yeah.
What is my favorite scene from this movie?
Your favorite scene? Okay. Let's see. Can you give me a description of the scene, maybe? Like, is it an action
No.
scene? Okay.
I'm giving you as much help
Okay,
as I gave
that-
Kale.
That much. Okay.
Fair is fair.
Your favorite scene?
Joe, I think maybe a hint. I'm not an expert, but it could be the thing behind him. Could be a clue. Not saying anything for certain,
that?
but
I
They
don't
could,
think it's
but
that.
also I might
fa-
just get
your
like the
favorite
dumbest scene I can
your
think
favorite
of and put it
scene.
behind me.
Your
That is
favorite
true.
scene is whenever Tom Cruise goes to meet the arm dealer, and it's the guy from the first movie, and he holds up the mask, and Tom Cruise puts on the old mask with the smiley face eyes. Is that your
Smiley
favorite
face
scene?
eyes?
What is happening? What did you just
Okay.
say?
That did
Here's
not
my
track at
trivia
all, Joe.
question, or my fact. Whenever Cruz goes to meet the arms dealer, he meets a tall blonde guy who looks like he's Danish.
Yeah.
That guy was in the first one. He
it's
worked
the
for
first
Max.
movie. Yeah.
And that is the same actor from the first one. And he holds up a
Ooh.
black mask, and Tom Cruise puts on the mask, and it's got X eyes and a smiley face, and it's all stitched in red. That's from the first one, too. It's a callback.
Oh, nice.
And I noticed it, and I was very proud of myself.
Is that your final answer, Joe?
Yeah, that's my final answer. That was my 10-minute long description of my final answer.
Incorrect. It's the hallway scene where they have the thing that makes it look like they're not there.
Oh, nice.
Question, did you just make that up right now?
No, I wrote that down.
Okay.
I can show you my screen.
That's such a weird...
I'm
No,
gonna
don't
show you my
don't show me the
screen.
screen. It's gonna
I'm
mix
gonna
it up
show you
again.
the screen.
It's gonna mix...
You should have believed me, Joe. See, look,
Yeah,
it's
Joe.
right here. The hallway
Oh,
scene.
there it is. There it is. Okay, there we go. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not gonna be trouble editing. Am I editing this one? No, you're editing this one.
You are
but then
now.
I had the visuals. Okay. Cool.
Yay.
Are we on to trivia?
We just did
Oh.
trivia, Joe.
I
Trivia.
I mean fun fact or heart attack.
No, we
Those
do
two
quotes
are
first.
so similar.
Quote-
Okay,
okay.
I just wanted to check.
I mean, I saw Colin's notes, so I know he doesn't have it, but I think we can all agree that there's one standout quote
There
that
is
happens near the end of
one
the movie.
standout quote.
So on
Oh, yeah.
on 3, let's all say it.
No, Kale. You did the last one. You did Humpty Dumpty sat on
Okay,
a wall.
you
Do
go,
this
Joe.
one.
You
No,
go.
no. Okay, do you want me to save it? Okay, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4. One of them has to be bleeped. Okay.
I have a couple.
One.
So, do
Ethan
we want to do
Hunt
that one at
says-
the start or at the end?
Which
Let's
one?
save it for the end.
The 1, 2, 3.
The one.
And then
two,
we all
okay,
say
yeah, I'll save it for the end. Failure to a terrorist is just rehearsal for success.
Okay,
That's-
I mean,
I
unless
like
they
that one a
die.
lot.
that's true. Unless they
Sure.
fail so hard that they die.
When Cruz at the end, they're all meeting, and he lays out the phones. He's like, "Your missions. Choose to accept them."
Hey.
And then this is a little bit of banter between Jeremy Renner and Simon Pegg. Simon Pegg asks, "Why am I Pluto? It's not even a planet anymore." And
Yeah.
Renner's like, "I think Uranus is available." And Pegg is like, "It's funny because you said anus."
Wasn't that Tom Cruise?
No, that was
No.
Jer Bear.
And that's exactly how I think Brad Bird makes jokes in real life. He's just like, "It's funny because you said this."
Probably.
I love that line so much.
I don't think Brad wrote this movie, Joe.
No, but I think he maybe helps.
The guys who wrote Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2,
Out of the Shadows.
Out of the Shadows, Out of the Shadow
Bebop
Recruit.
and Rocksteady.
We're
And
back,
then-
baby! Out of the Never Go Back.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Michael Bay 3, Never Go Back to this franchise.
Michael Bay.
When I
Stay
like
away.
when it actually it's a scene right before the background behind Colin is Cruz he falls down and he he runs out of stuff. And Renner's like, "Your line's not long enough." And Cruz looks at him. He goes like, "No."
Come on, Jeremy
He's so
Renner.
done with it.
That got a
He's
good
just so-
chuckle out of me.
He's so tired. He's just like, "I just want to be back in this building." And obviously, I don't have enough of this rope. Okay,
Kale,
Kale.
what are your
Kale.
quotes? And then I'll say
Okay.
my one quote.
I also had the same quote, so I'll let you have
Okay.
that one.
Which one? Oh, okay.
Colin has
Colin's,
when I saw
yeah.
his notes. So
Oh,
my first
okay.
one is download the virus. That's how the the main bad guy says virus.
Oh,
At the climax,
okay.
he's like, download the virus, but it comes out, download the virus.
that's interesting.
You
Okay.
can't make
That was
fun
just
of
really-
people's accents, Kale.
Yes, I can. I'm pretty
Okay,
sure if
you're
I
right.
turned on subtitles, it would have said virus.
Isn't that
Varys.
what the entirety of Borat is?
My wife.
My wife.
Happy
And Colin
times.
confirms
I take
it.
my wife's stuff.
Yeah, but that's a fake accent, Joe.
He could be doing a fake accent.
About a
in this
real
one.
country, but
It's like how we can make fun of Gru.
Yeah. Because he belongs to
Gru.
no nationality.
From Despicable
Oh, Despicable Me, yeah.
Gorals.
Girls.
Steve Carell. What a great guy.
And then my next
In
quote
space.
is from Jeremy Renner. Next time I get to seduce the rich guy.
That was a good line.
And that's all mine. Because I already said blue is glue, red is dead.
Red
Yeah.
Dead. It's a good callback to the what was it? What was the green one? Red light, green light. And the first one with the gum.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That scene I definitely remember because I definitely watched that one.
Hasta
like all these
lasagna,
callbacks
don't
to the
get any
first one.
on ya.
Hasta
Yeah.
lasagna, don't get any on ya.
Yeah.
Okay, my one quote is when they're driving down the road and they almost hit like a pack of camels, and then Tom Cruise just looks over and he says, "Camels."
Camels.
Camels. What are
Like,
you gonna
yeah.
do? It's camels.
Yes, Tom, those are camels. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Mission
Expect the
accomplished.
impossible again. Oh, I messed it up.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Kale, just do it. Just do it.
What? We already did it.
That was
I
it,
didn't
Joey.
even hear it.
Okay. 1,
Oh, you better
2.
say it.
3. Mission
Mission start.
accomplished.
05, 05, 06.
Colin, I just,
You know,
I just want us all three to say the quote at once. Is
I'm
it
not
really
doing that
that
a
much
third
to
time.
ask? Yeah, I'm not doing it
Kale
again.
will walk.
I wonder if that was my personal theory is that was a line that Tom Cruise wanted to say because he thought it sounded cool, and then then they brought in Luther just to tell him that was a dumb
Yeah.
idea.
No, he was like, yeah, you're still corny.
It's like you said that out loud. Yeah.
Yeah, I said it out loud. Oh.
And then the mission wasn't accomplished. I like that too. He's like, mission accomplished. And then he
It
has to pound
was.
it again.
Does
No,
he
he had
say
to
it
pound
again?
No, he does it once, but then the computer, it doesn't work. So he
Yeah,
has
I
to do
know.
it again.
But does he say it again? He's like, mission accomplished. Mission accomplished. Mission
No, he
accomplished.
just says it. He just says it once, and he's like, well.
Dang.
Also, one quick thing. I think you can separate the eras of Mission Impossible movies by helicopter character era and non-helicopter character.
Yeah.
Eras.
Oh, you probably
This
can.
is the first one without a helicopter character. There's no pilot character. That's gone.
In
And
6,
from,
Ethan Hunt is the helicopter character.
Mm?
so from then on,
And
we don't have a
6
helicopter character.
In 6,
Yeah.
Ethan Hunt is every character.
That's
He's
true.
the hacker, the
That's the plot.
assassin, the driver, blah 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 blah. Wouldn't it be so funny if they just wrote in the Australian guy, and as Cruise is climbing the Burj Dubai, he just hovers up to him. He's like, "You need a lift."
You need a lift, mate.
And
I'm
he
the
has
most
the other,
Australian man in the world.
and it's the other helicopter guy too. Whoever came before him, they're all in one helicopter together.
What if the next one
the
they just
endgame
have
of
Chris
Mission
Hemsworth?
Impossible helicopter characters.
They each come in their own helicopter in the finale.
I hope in the next one we get the Hemsworth brothers to play the Australian helicopter pilots. That's all they're there for.
All 3 of them in a trench
All
coat.
3 of them.
Yeah.
All 3 of them in a trench coat, and they're just not in a. They're just really tall.
Yeah.
And then Chris
That's what I
Hemsworth would
want,
put
actually.
himself on top, and they'd all collapse.
Yeah,
It would be a
because he's too big. He's
big.
too swole. Okay,
Is it
now
Luke, Liam, Chris?
it's Chris and Liam and the third one.
And the one they made up for in The Good Place, that fake one.
Oh yeah, the fourth Hemsworth. That's a good joke. I should watch that show again. Now,
I should watch
everyone,
that show. Period.
it is time for fun fact or heart attack. We can't hear it, but presumably there's air horns going off right now.
Yeah.
One quick thing.
So-
I probably should have done the heart attack, picked heart attack last episode, since that was the one that featured defibrillators in the movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
Missed
yeah.
opportunity. Go on.
Yeah.
You just wait till next movie.
Where there's 5 defibrillator scenes.
There's a defibrillator fight. Everyone just fights with defibrillators. Okay, Kale, would you like to have a fun fact or hear a heart attack.
Well, it would be incredible to hear what a heart attack sounds like the actual heart attack. I mean, the person makes like a sound, but
Yeah, but what goes on with that heart?
it's a good question. Science still can't answer, but I suppose I'll go with a fun fact.
All right. According to Tom Cruise, he was happy to hear that they were using a subtitle in the film's heading instead of a number like the prior two films did. Cruise has never been a fan of a number at the end of the film's sequel titles, as he's always considered each film as a standalone feature in the Mission Impossible film franchise.
Yeah, fair enough.
Hey, he's not
You
wrong
know what,
about
Cruz?
that. He gets a different
That's
director.
very correct.
Yeah, there's
It's
always like
basically
a year gap in between them, like however many years. So
Yeah.
it's a big Bond thing, like how Bond they never have a number at those.
Yeah.
no, all the
And I'm
bonds
guessing
are
this is
1
why.
through 30.
Yeah.
Long.
You didn't know that, Joe? It's
Bond
actually
1,
25.
Bond 2,
No Time to Die is 25.
if it ever comes
Nice.
out.
That's
Yeah.
true.
No
Joe.
time to watch.
Joe.
Yes.
Joe.
Fun fact. Give me the
Oh,
fun fact.
okay.
I love Brad Bird so much. I love his movies so much. I just want to hear a fun fact.
Do we know who Dermot Mulroney is?
I do.
No.
Can you
My
probably
best friend's
recognize him
wedding.
as an actor? You should Google him real quick as I say
Yeah.
this.
Let's
Dermot
see.
Mulroney. Oh, hold on, my computer's wigging out right now. Okay, Dermot Mulroney plays cello in the scoring orchestra for this movie.
No, he doesn't. Does
He
really?
does.
It's the
Mulroney,
greatest thing of all
who is
time.
better known as an actor from Longtime Companion and My Best Friend's Wedding and About Schmidt.
Mhm.
He is also a classical cellist who occasionally plays in recording sessions for soundtracks.
That's so weird. Well, good for that guy.
Oh yeah, he
Good
was
for
in
old Dermot.
The Righteous Gemstones.
I've never
Oh
heard
yeah,
of
he
that.
was. He was one of the other preachers.
And Arrested
Okay.
Development.
I don't remember.
Oh, nice.
He was
Colin.
Dusty. Whoever
I
that
don't
was.
Nice.
I haven't seen that
Colin,
show.
do you have any more fun facts?
Yeah, I have
Oh.
one more.
He
Okay.
well, he was in that short with Patton Oswalt where he dresses up as a monster. The Michael
Oh
G.
yeah.
He was an agent in that, Ben's agent. So he's Ben
Nice.
Ben
Schwartz.
Ben Schwartz, yeah.
Did you almost say Ben Shapiro?
I almost said Ben Shapiro. I don't know why.
Okay, both of you can ask yourselves if you would like to have a fun fact or hear a heart attack.
Look,
I said
Kale,
it back.
I just found out that Dermot Mulroney plays for film soundtracks, so I'd like to hear another fun fact if they're gonna be this good.
I also found out that he was in the series The Batman, where he played Green Lantern.
Whoa.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, the super serious Batman one?
No, the 2000s one where it was weird and the theme song went The Batman, like The Simpsons kind of.
The Batman.
It's kind of like that. But yes, I will take a fun fact.
Okay, the code that Ethan uses at the payphone to get his latest mission is his birthday, 07362.
Wow. Wait, Hunt's birthday or Cruise's birthday?
Tom Cruise's birthday.
Okay.
Oh.
Because we still don't know how old Ethan Hunt is.
Well,
That's
now he's
true.
as old as Tom Cruise,
Presumably, yeah.
presumably.
Yeah. But like also he doesn't seem to age. Neither does
It-
Cruise, but
It'll be great if
Hunt
they're like,
never
this guy is
still.
30 years old.
And the next one, he's actually 27.
He Benjamin Buttons the whole thing.
Yeah. Okay.
There's blood on my computer.
That's not good.
Oh, I have a fun fact.
It's the ghost.
A fun fact. Or a heart attack? Colin, you want a fun fact or a heart attack?
Oh my gosh, I've never been asked this before. Oh
How
my,
the turntables.
why is my finger? Look at this. Can you see this?
Yeah. What is up with all your thumb always getting damaged in some way?
Don't ask me about
Like,
these things.
5 years, I've just always seen Colin with damaged fingers.
All right, Joe, I would like to have a fun fact.
Okay, I work in a movie theater. In
What?
fact,
That's a
you
fun
used to
fact,
work
Joe.
at-
We already knew that.
Yeah, Joe.
It's the beginning of the story. Both of y'all used to work at said theater.
That's
Uh,
true. We were
that's
both
the-
managers there.
Before the digital age, actually,
Love that
we're
band.
still using this sometimes. We would put up a marquee kind of thing, and it would have a little piece of paper with the title of the film. And like whenever we closed down for the virus before we reopened,
The virus.
yes, I went through the boxes because we were throwing them away, and I found this.
Nice.
Whoa!
It's for Ghost Pro. It's for the protocol.
So is that the fun fact that you found that?
That's the fun fact, is that I found it and I got it.
Nice.
So I wasn't actually working. I don't think any of us were working in 2011. But
No.
there
I
it is.
was 11 years old.
No, you weren't.
Start 'em early. That's what I always say.
Okay.
Okay.
Do we got anything else?
The ghost agrees. Start 'em early.
Oh yeah, one thing. The lead in into this movie at the end is that they talk about the Syndicate, which is the villain of the
Yes.
next movie,
Oh,
which is also the villain from the last season of the Mission Impossible TV show.
The whole season?
They might have been recurring throughout the series. I was just skimming through the episode descriptions, and their last season was talking about the Syndicate,
Okay.
which is like an evil
So they're basically
MIF.
they're like the Spectre of this universe.
Yeah.
Nice.
I can move your screens around. This is fun.
He's been given too much power.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's all I gotta say for this incredible movie.
Incredible.
Incredible 2.
Incredibles 2 movie.
Incredibles 2 Never Go Back.
That's all I gotta say about this Tomorrowland movie.
Yeah.
And I think that's all his Ratatouille.
Ratatouille. This
The
Iron Giant of a
Giant
movie.
movie?
This Iron Giant Mission Impossible movie. All right. Later.
Goodbye. Wait, go to our website.
Yeah. Go to our website, josephmaldonado.com.
Go
And from
to
there
a
you can
website.
find
How do you
our
spell it?
social medias, our letterbox. Well, how do you spell it?
Yeah,
Spell
Joseph,
Joseph.
and then how do you spell your last name?
ALDONADO.
Cool.
Yes.
Yeah.